Kimber, what's one way I can find all the zeros of this function? Yeah, there you go. So you could do this. If you do this, I'm not going to stop you. Um, so like, it's not a bad idea to do this anyways, and then like see what I'm working with. Like see what. Ooh, this one's interesting. We're going to talk about some things here. I was looking ahead in your homework. All right. I think you're going to go kind of fast. Okay. So, what are my zeros going to be here? What are my zeros going to be? There you go. See, you already know that's the answer. Now I'm going to prove it to you. Now we can do factoring here. This is 3, so I take out a common factor. They all have x squared, but what do you do when you have a negative leading coefficient? You want to factor out the negative. So I'm going to factor out negative x squared because you don't want that leading coefficient to be negative when you're factoring. Negative divided by negative is positive, and then you had 4x's, took 2 out. That'd be a negative 4x. Negative divided by negative is positive 4. So I'm going to prove why y'all are right. You already know the answer is going to be here. I don't mind. I'm looking at the homework. Oh, that's not bad. Multiplicity. Zeros, what they ask for. Y'all might be able to kind of shoot your way through this homework. All right, so now, then we're going to factor the inside. We could play the game. What multiplies to 4 and adds to negative 4? Negative 2, negative 2. And so you set those equal to 0. Negative x squared equal to 0. X minus 2 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. Okay, I'm doing this. I know this is a little dumb. Divide by negative 1. So x squared equals 0. I know this is stupid. Caitlin's giving me weird looks, and I deserve it. I deserve it, Caitlin. So square root, plus or minus. Now, here's the thing. Y'all know what it means when it's touching it like that? I was trying to prove a point here, but I don't know if I'm doing a good job. Do y'all know what it means when it's touching it like that? What that means is it's happening twice. We were supposed to have how many answers? Do y'all know how many answers we were supposed to have? 4. And we end up only having 2. Why? Because 0 repeated twice and 2 repeated twice. They call this a double root, or a multiplicity of 2. This was a double root. I'm teaching ahead. And then 2 was a double root. It happened twice. Okay? And what that means is it touches it and it turns back around. You're going to talk about that in your homework. So it's a double root means it happens twice. And so when it's sitting on it like that, that means it's happening twice. So when it sits on it like that, it means it's happening twice. So we only had the answer with 0 and 2. Now they're going to ask you what the multiplicity of each 0 is. The multiplicity of this one will be 2. The multiplicity of that. Multiplicity just means how many times does it happen. Okay.